Melvin Rader became quite an issue at one time. Even my committee were mad at me because I went too easy on him. We had so much information on him that I felt that Melvin Rader would defect, that he would turn and talk. And for that reason, that's one of the mistakes I made. I thought he would. But he was the first recruit to the Communist Party at the University of Washington. That's not generally known, but...
It certainly isn't.
He was a country kid from down Walla Walla. His father despaired of ever making a farmer out of him, and he was kind of bookish. He'd send him down to the barn to clean it out, and he'd take a book with him, and he'd end up in the hay reading. Well, he eventually landed at the university, and it was very well, well, I won't say it was fortuitous, but it did happen. The Communist Party had sent an organizer out to the University of Washington, and the first person she zeroed in on was Melvin Rader. And as they always do, they get them into these, they'll find some lonesome kid and say, well, I notice you're not doing anything. There's some of us who probably like you are. We have a group, we get together and we meet and shoot the bull and talk, and I'd like to have you join us if you'd like. So this lonesome kid, of course, that's just perfect. And so he goes along, and then they compliment him on how astute he is, how when they're discussing some subject, they'll say, oh, I never thought of it that way. And then praise him, make him think he's a great intellectual, and say, but of course, did you ever hear what Karl Marx had to say on it? I was reading it the other night. Do you agree? Or so. Step by step, they take a joker like that into the apparatus. Pretty soon, the only friends he had were these people, and convinced that he was an intellectual, and that's the first step. They get these.
So when he claimed that he had never been a member of the Communist Party, he was lying?
He was lying, yes.
And do you think he was presently a member of the Communist Party?
He's dead.
But I mean, was he during the time of the hearings?
As far as I know, I had no current information. As, for instance, we'd plant informants, we'd plant bugs in study groups and all that sort of thing. There's a limit to how much time that you have to do that sort of thing. And I had sort of given up on Melvin. I thought he would defect. I thought he'd turn. He's fundamentally a decent person. And a lot of these communists are. They're not necessarily bad people. They're just misinformed and misled.